All right, so on today's Tactical Tuesday, we're going to be talking about a topic that Clint Emerson goes into detail in his book, 100 Deadly Skills. He's an ex SEAL. Definitely check out his book. It's fucking awesome. But how to know if you're being followed. So basically, you want to start off knowing your threat assessment. So know your environment, know the environment you're in, and what can be a potential threat to you. He goes over this saying. It's TED, so it's TEDD. So you got time, environments, distances, and demeanor. So we'll go over each of those here right now. All right. So for time, you want to keep track of the time you leave the home. You want to vary it from time to time to keep the bad guys off balance. So you want to, whether you're going to work, or if you're going to the gym, or any routines that you normally do, just vary the times that you leave. Don't try to always go at the exact same time that you always go. Switch it up so it's not as predictable for them to figure out. Next one is environments. So you want to switch it up. You don't want to always go the same places you always go over and over and over again. Like you go to the same Starbucks over and over and over, go to the same gym over and over and over, go to work. Well, work, obviously, you have to go to the same place, but you could alter your routes, which we'll talk about next. But keep it switched up. Don't keep the same routine that you're always going to be predictable with. All right, so for distances, maybe you go a little further on your routes. Like if there's multiple routes to get to work or to get home, you want to sometimes take a long route, sometimes take a short route. The more you vary your routes and not stick to an exact routine, then the more the bad guys are going to be kept off balance, which will allow you to figure out the next best thing, which is demeanor. All right, so for demeanor, if you're keeping the bad guy off balance, then he's going to show himself. Like do something dumb that you can notice in your mirror, or when you're walking into a different store, he's going to walk in and check to see if you're still there and didn't lose you. That's the goal. And him or that's the goal, is for him to make a mistake that you can notice without him knowing that you made him make that mistake. So using these steps will help you ID someone who's following you, and you can take the right steps to either call the cops, try to get some help, or approach a security officer or someone who can help you. To anyone else looking, you would just look like a normal person going about your business. But to someone who has been following you, you will notice, or they will notice, if you're acting in a way that can let them know if you know that they're on, or that you're onto them. Which, if that's the case, you don't want to act that way. You want to act as normal as you possibly can. You don't want them to know that you know they're following you, because then they're just gonna cut bait and run, and then you're off to do something else thinking that you're good to go, and next thing you know, you have somebody new following you that you have no clue as to who they are. So you want to stick to your routines, or not stick to your routines, but you want to act as normal as possible, because once you're able to ID who this person is just as simple as get on the phone as you're walking when they're following you, call the cops that way, and they won't even know that you are being, or that you're calling the cops. Or just walk up to the security guy if you're in a casino here in Vegas, for instance. Walk up to them, make it seem like you're asking for directions, but you're actually pointing them off to the guy following you behind. Some tips that can help you out is reflections can be used to your benefit greatly. Whether you're walking down this sidewalk, or walking through a mall, there's glass or reflective surfaces everywhere. You can, if you know how to use the angles correctly, you can see all around you at all times. And then you have your phone in your hand. That's another great option too. You can, sit there. If you feel like someone's watching you, you can start pretending like you're taking selfies all the time, and then just go through your selfies and see if you notice the same person in the background all the time, or use your phone as a mirror. I guess I know girls do that a lot, where they'll sit there with the mirror, making it look like a compact, and check themselves. But what you could be doing at the same time, make it look like you're checking yourself, but you're actually just looking at your surroundings. And then in regards to being followed in a vehicle, that's even easier to determine if you're being followed. I mean, if you drive to a certain place, go to a Starbucks, for instance, and then you start feeling like you're being followed, then go ahead and go to another Starbucks and another Starbucks, or go to several different locations, maybe not all the same store. Hold on, this train's coming back. So yeah, maybe not all going to the same store, but going to certain locations. And if you keep seeing that same vehicle in all those locations that you're going to, clearly someone has to be following you. There's not a big chance of people going to the exact same places you're going in the order you're going. And if by chance it is somebody or it isn't somebody who's following you, and the cops go check them out and they're good to go, well then they're good to go. Then you're safer. Yeah, maybe a little bit of drama there, who cares? And you're still breathing for it, so good shit. Main thing is, in situations like this, is just kind of having common sense as far as like knowing your surroundings, situational awareness. You don't want to always be sitting there on your phone, social mediaing all day long, Facebooking, Twittering, whatever the fuck you want to do, and you're just walking around being oblivious to everything that's going on around you, because your phone, all your focus is in your phone. When you're out and about, walking to your vehicle or whatever it is, you don't put your phone away, keep your head up. Your demeanor should be like, I'm not a fucking target. Like, don't look like a sheep walking to your car. Like, look like you know what the fuck you're doing. And chances are you'll probably scare somebody off just by that. So yeah, some of these tips probably seem like common sense, but hopefully maybe you could learn something from it. But anyways, I think that's enough coverage as far as for this topic. If you got any questions, send me a DM or send me a message on YouTube and we'll get it answered. Alright guys, remember, situational awareness and contingency planning is the way of life.